Hi, and welcome to another episode of Wine by Night. Please go ahead, hit the subscribe button down below to let me know that you like the videos that you're listening to, because I hope you're listening to them. Maybe. So if you've seen my previous videos, because you hit the subscribe button down below, right? You know my love of rosés, and it's been an incredible summer here on the East Coast. We couldn't have asked for better weather other than, yes, we're a little dry. We could use some rain. I love the sun. Not gonna complain. Kind of like a grape. Like, I like that hardness to survive kind of thing. However, I did take a mini vacation and grabbed the kids, packed them all up, took them away. And a wine I found, or shouldn't say found, but I stumbled upon it, is from Stoneleigh. And that's in New Zealand, in Marlborough. And I knew the winery. I've had wines from there before, enjoyed them. So when I came across this wine that we're going to discuss tonight, I was like, I know that. I should probably pick that up and take it with me. So remember, hit subscribe, share it out with 3 friends, because this is going to be a gem. So the wine I picked up was from Stoneleigh, and it is actually Wild Valley, and it is a wild fermented rosé. So there's nothing on this bottle that indicates what kind of grapes are in here, and there's not a lot of information actually about it on the interweb. So looking at it and looking at the winery itself, they really do only grow one main red grape, which is Pinot Noir. So from this, I'm assuming that this wine is a majority, doesn't have to be all of it, but a majority of Pinot Noir made into a rosé, which is interesting. Now, in terms of the Stoneleigh winery in itself, it's in the Wairau Valley in New Zealand, which used to be an old river. So if you think about the landscape of what rivers do and what beaches do when it's like flowing through, there's a lot of these stones, and they call them sunstones. And although I've never been there, I'm envisioning, because knowing that it was a river and what water does to stones and stuff, I'm envisioning them very roundish, very smooth. And they call them sunstone because if you really think about it, it's kind of like what you're expecting in Bordeaux, even, in that they have that maritime climate. So they have hot days, cool nights, so it stretches out that growing season for you. And when the sun is shining down, those rocks are absorbing that sun. And if you think of like the grapevine going up and then the canopy coming out like this, it's reflecting that heat or emitting that heat up. The grapes are hanging underneath that canopy, sheltering them. There's heat coming up, so it's getting heat from the sun coming down, reflective heat coming up. So it's giving it a more like rounder, more even warmth to keep that grape growing and ripening slowly but evenly. And so it gives this thing a bit more, what they're like pushing towards is terroir driven. Now, this being a wild ferment, they're not adding any commercial yeast to it. They're going basically by the bloom, whatever is in the vineyard at that time, which for me is super cool. Having like the science background and everything, I'm like, I want to get in on that. I want to know how that happens, and like, how long did it take to ferment? Was there a lot of it? Those are questions that I have, and I would love to sit down with the winemaker and ask those questions, but that's not happening right now. So I stumbled upon this wine in a very like small liquor store in PEI, grabbed some bottles. My friend and I loved it instantly, and then I was like, if I can find this, I must have more. So I did. Did you hit subscribe? I know I'm rambling. It's gonna happen. If you've watched any of my videos, it's gonna happen. It's what I do. What? So it's the Wild Valley Wild Ferment Rosé from Stoneleigh in Marlborough. And in terms of aroma and the wine in itself, it's quite fragrant. I can already smell it from here. And you're getting like those instantly, like this red fruits are just encompassing my senses. And you're getting like the strawberry and the cranberry and the red currant, all of those, before I even bring it up here. And the color on this, and I know it looks kind of like beige back here, but that's actually a stark white wall. It's the lighting. But this is a really like medium pink. It doesn't really have an orangey hue to it. It's definitely on the pink side. All the things that I want in a rosé. Super dry, super crisp. It's got those bursting red berry fruit notes that I want in a rosé. I'm getting like that cranberry and the red currant, possibly some like really ripe rhubarb. Like if you harvest rhubarb and you wait till like, and if you're looking for the small stems and they're super red, that's kind of where I'm going with like the ripe rhubarb on that one. It's got that red cherry. There's a little bit of like an herbalness and a minerality to it. Is it from the terroir? Could be. I'm not an expert in that area. And also, it's full. Like, this is a medium plus bodied wine. It's got medium plus acidity, medium tannins. Like, if I was not looking at the color of this wine, I would think I was drinking a crisp white wine, but with more body, a little bit more substance to it, which is fantastic. So in terms of this wine and what would it pair with? Did you hit the subscribe button? Because the pairing's coming at you. I'll wait while you hit the subscribe button. Right down there. Yeah. So, pairings with this. It's full-bodied. Well, medium to full-bodied. It's got great acidity. It's got good structure to it. This would pair really well with things like a spicy Asian dish. Looking at some shrimp on the Barbie, and I know that's more like, I feel like that's more of an Australian colloquialism versus a New Zealand one, so my bad, apologies for that. But in terms of doing like seafood with it would be really good. And just in general, sunny day on a boat that docked because you're not driving while drinking, it would be perfect. And the aroma. If you can find one of these, please do pick it up. Feel free to drop me a note down below in the comments what you think. It would be wicked cool if you could share it out to a few of your friends. I've experienced hacking lately, which is total bummer, like absolutely total bummer. But trying to be positive, yeah. So again, on the nose, lots of ripe red fruit, very aromatic, a little bit of herbal, floral notes there as well. And on the palate, you're getting all of that bright red fruit in there. It's incredible. It would pair really well, as I said, with spicy dishes, seafood. I actually am craving a little bit of like shrimp scallop skewers right now. Would like to have it. I don't know if it would go with red peppers. I feel like that vegetal note would be a little bit too much for this wine. It might bring out that herbal note that I'm smelling a bit more, but it's worth a try because I like shrimp and I like scallops and I like peppers on the barbecue and I like rosé. And it's the Labor Day weekend, so cheers, y'all. Thanks for joining. Hit subscribe. Thanks.